perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
Yes, here we are again, another day committed to being your consumer advocate, helping you win in any marketplace, as we say, helping you win in 80 different categories of consumer advocate content and advice. Right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, coming up on 8 years now on air, helping you win as a consumer advocate. And that's always been our goal. We want to be that consumer advocate to help you understand your buying decisions, make you just a bit more street smart here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. And we do that by interviewing the absolute best professionals in all of Tampa Bay and the Gulf Coast region of Florida. And today we're going to be real heavy on real estate mortgage credit advice. We've got Diane, VANCE, Fairway Independent Mortgage joining us, William Crowley, the credit magician, and also we've got a State House representative, Nick DiCeglie, going to be on the show as well. State House rep, going to be talking a little bit about things happening in the state of Florida. What's he going to be seeing coming up in 2021. Also, an interesting story from United Van Lines. They do a national migration study figuring out where Americans are moving, where are they leaving. So this is a study that's going to reveal where and why Americans moved in 2020. So we'll talk to you about that. The number one state, by the way, South Carolina, and unexpectedly. I thought it might have been Florida. Feel-good story of the day coming up as well. And this segment is brought to you by Replenish IV Solutions, the science of nutritional balance. Reach out to Stephen and Lisa Gunnan over at Replenish IV Solutions. I love going in there. They hook me up to a vitamin infusion drip, and that's going to deliver all types of vitamins, minerals, electrolytes, all kinds of good stuff directly into your bloodstream to help you, of course, raise your immunity, boost your immunity. So shout out to Replenish IV Solutions, the science of nutritional balance. And a couple of hot listings. As a real estate agent and a top team here, we rank in the top 1% of all realtors in Tampa Bay. My wife Lindsay and I own and operate the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. We always feature our listings on the show, helping our sellers profit more, sell faster, utilizing our innovations with radio and TV and internet marketing. So 13204 Fawn Lily Drive. This is a property that we have listed over in the East Hillsborough County area. 13204 Fawn Lily Drive. Large home, 6 bedrooms. You got 4.5 bath, beautiful property, waterfront. It's got a lake view and a water feature. Price just got reduced as well, so we're seeing a uptick in showings on that beautiful property. Also, 1010 Bay Esplanade. This is a gorgeous property on Clearwater Beach. It is on Millionaire's Row. You go to the right of the far end of the beach, and you have a beautiful property there. It's got a sun deck on the 3rd story sun deck, so you can see beautiful views of the sugar sand beaches and dolphin-filled waters of the beautiful Clearwater Beach. Check out all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. That's platinummvpteam.kw.com. All right, let's introduce our expert contributors today. Local mortgage expert Diane VANCE, Fairway Independent Mortgage. Welcome back.
Hey, Happy New Year, Brandon.
Happy New Year.
For a good 2021. I'm
Yes.
going to talk about my favorite subject, which is credit. That's the best way to start.
Awesome. I like it. And we also have our credit magician, Mr. William Crowley, coming along for the ride.
Yep. Hey. Good to be back. We're going to talk about, me and Diane going to go back and forth today, but we definitely want to focus on watching your money and how to deal with the credit card companies, because I know these are some very, desperate times right now, and people don't know exactly what to do. We're here to show you what to do.
I like it. Yep, we're going to help them out, help them understand how they can win. This is a great year. This would be a great year to get your financial house in order. We talk a lot about, on the show of all the different areas of business and life and how it kind of overlaps. So you want to make sure your CPAs, talking to your financial advisors, talking to your mortgage professional, credit improvement, of course, real estate investment through your portfolio. Maybe you're utilizing an investment vehicle like an IRA, taking advantage of some of the tax incentives, and that's going to become even more important going forward with the new administration. It seems like the taxes may be increased, and
they will.
They will. Yeah, that's right. So let's jump right into it. So Diane, let's start with you. You had talked about some of the things happening in credit. It seems like credit is opening up, meaning that the borrowers are going to be required a lesser of a credit score, a lower credit score is going to be allowed.
correct. And so the FHA VA has been lowered to 600 minimum credit score, which but we still try to help the customer improve that credit score because their interest rate is all based on their credit score.
Right.
There's actually, so I kind of wanted to go over today what's in a credit report, what affects your credit. You can actually you can't get your credit score, but you can actually see your credit because a lot of people are really surprised when they pull their credit. There's the annualcreditreport.com that will show your history, not your credit score, but your history.
Right.
So, paying your payment on time accounts for 35% of your credit score. And then, of course, having credit cards with balances that are 30% it's 30% of your credit score. But revolving credit that has outstanding balance that is what is about less than 30% of your limit. So if you can keep it there, and I see a lot of people canceling their credit cards or closing them, don't do that because your credit score is based on a history. So the lesser of your history, so if you actually close credit cards, then your history is lessened, right?
Right.
So
Exactly.
Utilization, there's a secured credit card. If let's say you have a lot of collections in the past, they want to see some credit that's been reestablished. So it's called Open Sky credit card. It's a secure credit card, and it does report to the credit agency. Again, you want to use the same thing, where you only keep it at 30%, less than 30%, 25%. I tell people to be safe. That will actually raise your credit score. Opening up new accounts, don't open up a bunch of new accounts at one time or try to get credit at one time. We look at all of that. And then a lot of people are confused about, they pull their personal credit on, say, Credit Karma or something like that, or their credit card. Those are not the credit scores the mortgage companies use. We have a different algorithm. That's your personal credit score, whereas the algorithms for the mortgage company are the older ones that are different than what they're going to pull up on let's say their Visa card that they get through one of the, companies that they can see their credit score. So those are kind of the things that will help people improve their credit score.
And it's so important nowadays, William, not only for the mortgage side, of course, we talk a lot about buying real estate, investing in real estate, refinancing, pulling some cash out, maybe paying off some debt, but it's also important in other areas, is right, William?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely is. And just to expound on what Diane was saying, there is annual credit report because credit repair companies, such as myself, I fall under that umbrella, even though I say credit restoration assistance. We want to be able to use, we can use a variation of credit reports on the initial cycle. So we promote annual credit report, Credit Karma, Credit Sesame, free credit check total. I mean, really, any of them will work at the very inception, but then as we get deeper into the investigation process, of course, we're going to be using the more detailed reports that come from the credit reporting agencies. Of course, we would like that report that the mortgage companies pull, that Diane pulls at Fairway, but we're not, they're not able to release that to us. So the next best thing is the investigation results from the credit agency. But in these dire times, I think that, and then when I say dire times, I mean presently and coming up in the future here, because taxes are probably going to go up. There's probably going to be a lot of other devastating changes, I would say personally, but some people may beg to differ. But nevertheless, we've got to start to be more cognizant of the consumer laws that protect us. I want to be specific about this. I'm not advocating bad fiscal behavior, bad financial behavior. Just because I'm here to clean you up, I don't want you to go out there and just start, making your credit worse, okay? And Diane said the scores are lower now, but even though the scores are lower, the threshold is lower for you to get approved for a loan, we are still going to be going for the ultimate credit score. We want to get you to 800 if possible by using the Fair Credit Reporting Act and going after the negative entries on the credit report, okay? So I know, Diane, you're saying 600, but even you said it, we don't want to just say that, be satisfied with that. We want you to be satisfied with the 800, with the 900, whatever the highest you can get. So we can help you in doing that. I work closely with Diane, with a lot of clients, even across the country as well. Now, I'm doing all 50 states, but I work with Diane here locally. but we want to help people to really understand the consumer laws that protect them, okay? And watching your money. There's a lot of people out there with bad credit just start throwing money at everything on their credit, thinking that that's going to be the remedy. That's partial remedy. But I would tell people that the focus should primarily be on the usage and utilization of the Fair Credit Reporting Act and the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, which will legally help you to address these financial matters. Take, for instance, collections, okay, on a credit report. The original creditor, Bank of America, Visa, MasterCard, et cetera, these companies are the original creditors. If you default, and what I find is a lot of people that Diane sent to me, they have defaulted on these debts, okay? And defaulting means that after 90 to 180 days, the debt has charged off. So the clients just let them go and just ignore those. And I tell them, no, with our credit restoration, we're going to breathe life back into these old derogatory accounts, and let's address these issues because they will haunt you later on in life, okay? This is a history. They're looking at history. Diane, you didn't say much about history, but history of payments is just as important as your utilization and your current credit status. So as credit restoration, we're going to deal with the past, where Diane, the mortgage company, they're going to deal with the present and the future. So we want to help you with the past if you have those glitches. Now, on those collections, don't pay the collection, but don't ignore the collector. We're going to intervene using the Fair Credit Reporting Act and the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, and we're going to go after these collectors with what you call a validation of debt letter. So they've charged off after 90 to 180 days of inactivity on the consumer's behalf. The accounts are charged off. You have one negative mark from the original creditor saying that you default on the loan. Then the collectors will buy it. You have more negative marks for that one particular incident. You'll probably have 3 or 4 negative attachments to that. So we want to be able to remove all those collections that are associated with that original creditor using the Fair Credit Reporting Act. Then we want to use the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act and go after each collector. This is going to save you money so that when you go to underwriting and they tell you need a certain amount of money down, you'll have that instead of arbitrarily paying this money off the collectors. You can use this money to put down on the property, and we can use the validation debt process to forgive most of these collections, legally forgive these collections.
Yeah, that's good stuff. It's a good game plan. It's something that you can do going forward. And when we come back, I'm going to have Diane elaborate a little bit as well from a lender perspective on how your credit can affect you. We're talking with Diane VANCE, Fairway Independent Mortgage, William Crowley, the credit magician, credit restoration expert here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Also, we got a feel-good story of the day, real cool story here. Instead of charging 2 women with shoplifting, this police officer paid for their groceries. Stay with us right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We'll be right back after this short break.
Thanks for listening to my daddy's show. For more information, go to consumerqb.com.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
Hey, Brandon Rhymes here, host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, owner of the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, giving you a real estate market update for Hillsborough County. These are the residential listings available at the end of October. There were 3,348 residential properties available in Hillsborough County, and out of those 3,348 properties, 2,488 sold. That gives us a 74% absorption rate. That is a high rate of absorption, and it also equals a 1.35 months supply of inventory, equals a strong seller's market. It's a great time to sell right now. Of course, if you're buying, selling, or investing, we would love to talk to you. Brandon Rhymes here. My wife Lindsay and I own and operate a top team at Keller Williams Realty. We actually rank in the top 1% of all realtors here in Tampa Bay. Give us a call at 813-670-7372. Free comparable market analysis, 813-670-7372. And check out our website, platinummvpteam.kw.com. That's platinummvpteam.kw.com. And for our radio show, you can check us out at consumerqb.com, and you can find 80-plus categories, 50-plus show partners at consumerqb.com. And Brandon Rhymes here signing off. Thank you so much. Make it a great day.
listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here. I'm your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show. I'm the owner of the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, helping you win in your real estate deals. Of course, buying, selling, or investing. We would love to talk to you. We've got an expert staff. Got a team of about 10 folks on the team, 10 buyers, agents, transaction coordinators, executive show producers. We got a great team here to help you and your family get the best possible deal. That's ultimately what you're trying to do. You want to get the best deal. A lot of times folks are talking to the kid's soccer coach, and there might be great folks, but they may not be the most astute when it comes to the different strategies that are actually working. As you know, it's a very competitive buying market right now. So if you're looking to buy, you got to know how to structure these offers so they get accepted. Otherwise, you're just putting offer after offer after offer in, and ultimately you're getting frustrated. But we're going to help you win. Platinum MVP team, Keller Williams Realty. A couple of hot listings here I want to let you know about here in Tampa Bay. We've got a property that is acreage. We got some acreage available at 12208 Four Oaks Road. So attention builders, developers out there. We've got 12208 Four Oaks Road in Tampa. This is in Carrollwood. It's right by Dale Mabry, and it's 5 acres. So you put up to 40 units there with an R9 zoning. You put 40 units on this property. You develop it, you build, and it is a great opportunity to do that right now because so many people are moving to Tampa Bay. Even though in yesterday's show we talked about how the impact fees are being increased, it's still people have to live somewhere. They've got to have a roof over their head. Great opportunity for investors. Check it out at platinummvpteam.kw.com. platinummvpteam.kw.com. And a quick shout out to the Golf Cart Depot, the official golf cart partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show, a.k.a. Discovery Golf Cars. They've got 2 locations here in Tampa, one in Clearwater, one in Tampa, Land O'Lakes area. Great opportunity to have a ton of fun. You can use it for business or personal use. And we love our Keller Williams Red golf cart. We get out there and do some door knocking in the neighborhood, meet our neighbors, promote our listings in the areas as well. Check them out online. Make sure you let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. Golf Cart Depot, longtime friends of the Consumer Quarterback Show. All right, we got Diane VANCE on the show, Fairway Independent Mortgage, local expert contributor, and again, a big emphasis here. We're talking to our Salem family out there. We want to make sure you're supporting this local economy. Now more than ever, we've got to support local businesses. And also William Crowley, another local area expert contributor and a business owner here in Tampa Bay. William Crowley, he is a credit restoration expert here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. So Diane, William, I thought I'd mention this United Van Lines migration study where reveals where and why Americans move. So United Van Lines today released the company's 44th annual migration study, revealing in 2020 Americans continue to move westbound and southbound. And the COVID-19 pandemic factored into the accelerated many of those decisions to move. So according to the study, which tracks the company's data, said that the number 1 state with the highest percentage of inbound migration, Idaho, 70%. And among states experiencing 250 moves or more. And topping the list of where they're moving from, you guessed it, New Jersey, 70% outbound, which has held the spot for 3 years. So it's interesting. We've seen those migrations. People are moving, and interestingly enough, South Carolina, also a top state, 64%. Oregon, South Dakota, Arizona, were the top states people are moving to.
Where's Florida? Where's Florida on that list?
Florida actually ranked for retirement. They ranked number 3. Montana, Delaware were number 1 and 2 respectively, and then Florida for retirement ranked number 3 at 39%.
Okay.
So they broke it down in kind of intent, like why they're moving there. So that was pretty interesting to see. And of course, New York, Illinois, Connecticut, and California are experiencing the largest exoduses.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of people moving from, especially even just not retirees, but remote workers. Because now that they're working remotely, they can live wherever they want. And we have a ton of people that are remotely working and moving to Florida. It is amazing to me.
Yeah, absolutely. I wish I bought some Zoom stock last year.
Oh yeah, all of us wish.
Oh yeah,
that company boomed.
Yeah.
What
did.
about you, William? When you're talking to people, are they you hearing people from a certain state more than others, or what are you seeing on your side?
I see, California, New York, and ironically, I'm from California, so I came in. I love Florida. I loved it from the day I was born. I mean, I came in '94, but
Nice.
still, I've loved it ever since I've been here. But California, New York, most of the states that are well, anyway, I'll keep that to myself. But
Yeah, just say blue states for the purposes of our QB show.
States, right.
Now, Diane, let's talk about the Sky Visa. I know there's some ways people are talking about how to improve their credit, potentially buying real estate, buying and investing, and credit score is so important. We've talked a lot about credit. What are you seeing on the Sky Visa?
Well, the Sky Visa, or even just a secured credit card. I have a friend at, I guess, at Truist, and she does that too. But the Open Sky Visa, or it might be a MasterCard. I think it's under Open Sky credit cards, and it is a secured credit card. So let's say you go in and you put $200 in there. It works just like a regular credit card. So a lot of times what happens is people have collections and charge off in the past, and they do exactly what William tells them not to do, which is just ignore it. Well, they just ignore it, and they don't. I mean, once it's charged off, it's charged off. But you have to have something to offset. If you haven't met with William to be able to get those, the proper fair credit reporting things you can do to get those off of there, then you need to have some offsetting good credit. And the only way to do that is if you do nothing. Let's say it's 3 years ago and you have a collection, you've done nothing except let that there, and you don't have any other credit, and you pay cash for everything. That's not going to help your history of credit. So you want to at least open up a secured credit card that will start to get you to where you need to be, where you can actually have some offsetting credit that is recent to offset the older credit that is not so great.
Yeah.
And Diane, let me ask Diane a question right quick, if I could.
Yep.
So the lenders are looking for at least 3 seasoned trade lines in order to get the loan. Is that correct, or is that incorrect?
Well, no. As long as you have a credit score, they would like it seasoned. But I have seen it where I had one. I have a customer. Matter of fact, he has one exactly what I'm talking about, and I can do I can just do the one. How long will it take to get his credit score up? And it will take him about 6 months with his one credit card that he has to be able to get it up. So he thought he was working with somebody he was paying actually monthly, and they didn't really help him. They disputed the accounts, and that's all they did. So it didn't really help the situation. His credit score still is below the minimum. But I can actually look at what's going to happen in the future if he actually continues to have have this credit. He'll have a credit score. So, and people can get loans as long as they don't have any bad credit on their credit. If they have no credit, because a lot of people don't, we can use 4 sources of other credit, like electric bills and rent and something that you have, but you have to have 4 sources of those, and you can't have negative credit on there. It just means that they've never actually, some cultures don't believe in credit. So if they have absolutely no credit, doesn't mean they can't have any negative credit on there. It will show no credit. And it is available to have a traditional, non-traditional type credit rebuilding. That's very, very difficult.
We'll dive deeper on that coming into our next break here, but let's dive deeper on that. I also want to talk a little bit about investor opportunities, Diane, some of the investment loan programs available, and more from William Crowley, credit magician, Diane VANCE, Fairway Independent Mortgage, coming up here on the flip side. Later in the show as well, we got a Florida State House Representative Nick DiCeglie on the Consumer Quarterback Show, plus our feel-good story of the day coming at you. Find out about this police officer that paid for groceries for a woman that was caught shoplifting. Really good story here coming up. Follow us online at Brandon Rhymes 1 on Instagram and Twitter, Consumer Quarterback Show page on Facebook. We'll be right back after the short break.
This is Chris Voss, former FBI lead hostage negotiator and owner of the Black Swan Group, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show hosted by my friend Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
Good to meet you. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for having me.
Nick, can you hear me?
Happy birthday.
Hey, thank you. Nick, put on the headphones.
Is Nick in the studio, or is Nick calling in?
He's in the studio.
Yeah, Nick.
Oh, okay. Oh, dang, I should have came on in. Nick, you could have got my
sound
autograph.
check?
I should have came in.
Does he have his heads on yet?
Yeah, just got heads up. Can you hear in your headphones, Nick?
I don't hear anything in my headphones.
Okay. You might need to twist that knob a little bit if you can reach it. Is it plugged in? Hopefully it's plugged in. How about now? Can you hear anything now? Can you hear me now? We might need to turn that mic on.
Keep turning.
Keep turning. Okay, so that
dial next to that, the silver dial. Oh, that dial. That's the one.
I'll play a little background. There you go. All right. Where are you based
Nick,
out
can
of?
you hear me?
Pinellas County.
Pinellas. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we live in Palm Harbor on Lake Tarpon there
Okay, great.
in Blackstone.
Yeah, Indian Rocks Beach. Where
Cool.
I live.
Nick, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes.
Alrighty, can you give me a count from 5 to 1, please?
Sure. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Alrighty.
We're ready.
All right, here we go. So we're going to go back to Diane and William and for the next segment, and then we're going to bring Nick in to the conversation in the fourth segment.
Alrighty, Brandon.
So, William, we'll do your credit package if you want, and then kind of
Yeah, I'll say something on it. Yeah.
we'll get your final thoughts, and then Diane will do final thoughts as well. Maybe we could. It's been a little while since we did a rent versus own analysis, or
Yep, we can do that.
maybe something like that, or maybe some kind of an investor offer, maybe next time or something too. So,
Yeah, Diane, you got to give your package out.
Free
Mortgage, free mortgage.
My package starts with yours first.
Oh, my goodness. All right. Well, I thought I lost you there for a minute.
No, we're still here. We're just waiting on the all clear.
we're gonna be
Okay.
going. We're gonna be starting here in just 1 second. I think he's setting that camera. All right, here we go. Jonathan's ready.
Alrighty, in that case, everyone please stand by.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You're listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here. I'm your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. My wife Lindsay and I own and operate a top-ranked real estate team here in Tampa Bay, top 1% ranked realtor team. Got a hot property listing here in Newport Richey. Want to let you know about 6128 Oak Ridge Avenue. This is an acre of land on the waterfront with bay access. Beautiful property, and you can check out the beautiful photography, aerial drone photography compliments of Fabre Frameworks if you're watching our TV show version on YouTube, Amazon, Apple TV, Amazon, and Roku. You can see 6128 Oak Ridge Avenue, a full acre of land, almost 4,200 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 4 bath, bay access right on the river up in Newport Richey. Great buying opportunity out of Pasco County. And we also have a commercial property available at 1780 Clearwater Largo Road. This is a busy intersection, about 40 to 50,000 vehicles a day coming by, and it's got 2 garage doors, like large bay doors where you can back a big truck in there. 12 parking spots, commercial opportunity, great buying decision to be made here at 1780 Clearwater Largo Road in Tampa Bay in Clearwater. Check out all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com.
Somewhere sunny and 75.
And a big shout out to the Bilmar Beach Resort, heading down there this weekend. Going to enjoy some time over at the Bilmar Beach Resort. 2 pools on site, Sloppy Joe's Beach Bar and Restaurant. Clyde Smith, the general manager, does a great job managing that property. The staff is awesome. A great property to visit, and it's, of course, right on the gorgeous beaches of Tampa Bay, Treasure Island, Florida. The Bilmar Beach Resort, the official hotel partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Make sure you let them know the real estate quarterback sent you. All right, William Crowley, Diane VANCE, Fairway Independent Mortgage on the Consumer Quarterback Show. William's our credit expert as well. So let's go back to Diane. Diane, let's talk a little bit about some of the investors, and then maybe we might talk about rent versus own.
Okay, yeah, sure. So interest rates are very good right now still. And investors can purchase a home for as little as 15% down, and they also, or if you want a primary residence, you can actually move into a property and have your neighbors pay your mortgage payment, which is a great idea. So that mortgage payment that you would normally pay, whatever let's say you buy a triplex, those other 2 units can actually offset part of your mortgage. So it's a great way to start investing and building wealth.
Love that idea. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Excellent. And then for the rent side, we want to offer a rent versus own analysis out there as well. Talk a little bit about the rent versus own analysis and what we can do for them, Diane.
Yeah, I have a program that what I do is I plug in what you're paying on your rent, and I estimate taxes, insurance, those type of things. It's all an estimate, but a lot of people are really surprised that they actually can purchase a home. I mean, I had somebody who was paying $1,400 a month. They could purchase a $250,000 house with, 3% down or 3.5% down. So depending on your credit score, depending on, all those type things, you probably can actually get into a home, especially with the, tax refunds coming up and maybe the stimulus checks and things like that are sent out. You can start saving. That's what a lot of people do this time of the year. They start using their tax refund for their down payment.
Great time of year to do it. So rent versus own analysis, we have these offers throughout the show. So let's go ahead and tee it up here. What we're going to do is just ask you to text the word rent and the amount of rent you're paying to our consumer advocate hotline, and we're going to make sure we get you right in touch with Diane and her team. So if you know of anybody out there that's renting as well, this would be a good call to action for them as well. You might want to turn them on to it, but just text the word rent to 813-670-7372. You can call or text that line, 813-670-7372. Call or text the word rent and the amount of rent that you're paying, and then Diane Vance, Fairway Independent Mortgage, she's going to be able to break that down for you and show you on basically like a spreadsheet. On this side, here's what you're paying in rent. Here's what you could own for. You could buy a $250,000 house, for example, for that same amount of rent that you're paying potentially. So Diane Vance, Fairway Independent Mortgage, supporting the local economy, a local expert contributor, longtime friend of the Consumer Quarterback Show. All right, William, back to you. William Crowley, credit magician. What do we need to know about credit going forward in 2021?
Right, and we're going to be promoting a package today specifically for our clients that are listening in. But for 2021 and at the end of 2020, of course, we just want to make sure that people understand their rights, okay? As we said before, Diane deals with the present to the future. I deal with whatever has happened in the past, and we want to go after that information and educate the consumer. We want you to understand how this process works. Things don't just miraculously fall off your credit. What we're doing is we're going after the credit reporting agencies for violation of due process. They have to verify this information before they put on your credit report. They're not doing it. So there's a loophole in there. This will help you. And I'm a big advocate of what Diane said, rent versus own. And most of the people that are renting, if you can rent, you can own. Believe me, and more likely you're going to own at a lot cheaper rate. If you just tweak your credit score just a little bit, and we'll come in with the credit restoration to help you tweak your credit. And, of course, Diane, who I essentially work for Diane because people mistake me for a lender. I'm not the lender, okay? The credit restoration guy, we clean up the credit. We get you ready for Diane in her expert analysis to get you into that property. So we're here to help you, and we want to make sure that we divulge all the information we possibly can about your consumer rights, okay? Don't just go out there and start throwing money at everything when you're cleaning up your credit. Look at the consumer laws, the Fair Credit Reporting Act, Fair Debt Collection Practice Act. Let's see how these laws can help you legally get yourself back on track to purchase a property. And in the package, go ahead, Brandon.
Yeah, let's do the. We'll go ahead and do the package. So we're going to offer also a credit package. So it's a credit package that's going to show you how to opt out of pre-screening, cut off a lot of the junk mail that comes to your mailbox. And that's going to reduce your chances of identity theft, which is one of the number one online crimes, cyber crimes, happening to a lot of people, a lot of corporations, and even government institutions. So text the word credit to our hotline, 813-670-7372. We'll put you right in touch with William Crowley. Just text the word credit. You can call or leave a voicemail if you're not a texter, and we'll get right right back to you before our head hits the pillow. Again, to recap, you can text the word credit for a credit package from William Crowley. He's going to show you how to get your free credit package or your free credit report and also improve your credit. And then also a rent versus own analysis from Diane, VANCE, Fairway Independent Mortgage as well. So two of our expert contributors, longtime friends of the program. And when we get those calls, it's great because I hear back from people sometimes that say, yeah, it was great. I was able to improve my credit. Or we've taken some people that are renting a home, getting them into home ownership. And we have a little fun here on the show too, William. So I found out, I didn't realize, something that you may be a little bit sad about it, but I heard you were disappointed, but Kanye and Kim Kardashian have divorced. So they're starting a divorce. So I know you're probably down and out about that.
No, I think you guys confused. I think Diane's a little perturbed about that.
Oh, okay. Well, just having a little fun there, but yeah. So,
oh my goodness,
little pop culture there, but yeah. So let's do final thoughts, final words of wisdom, parting words of advice. Diane, VANCE, ladies first.
Ladies first.
Make sure you plan. This is a good time to plan, and get your financial house in order and start with a credit.
Perfect. Get that credit improved. Get into if you're renting, get into home ownership. William Crowley, final thoughts, sir.
Be proactive, folks. Don't wait to go to Diane to get that credit in line. Go ahead and start now. Once you decide you want to purchase a home, even before you talk to the realtor or the mortgage broker, go ahead and start getting that credit in line. Okay, you don't have to wait. Don't transform them into credit repair experts. They have a job to do. Their job is securing the mortgage. Okay, my job is to do the credit restoration. So get in touch with me as soon as you can.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Thanks so much, Diane. Thanks, William. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay.
Have a great day, guys.
All right. When we come back, we got Florida State House Representative Nick DiCeglie in studio. We're going to talk about things happening in Tampa Bay and things happening in the political scene. Also, our feel-good story of the day. Instead of charging two women for shoplifting, a police officer paid for their groceries. Find out about that in our feel-good segment. We'll be right back.
Hey, I'm Ken Shamrock, and you're here with Consumer Quarterback Show. And I say, Brandon Rhymes, knock out your competition.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
Hey, Brandon Rhymes here, host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, owner of the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, talking about Pasco County real estate, giving you your market update for all things residential real estate right here in Tampa Bay. The number of active listings in Pasco County at the end of October, 1,588 properties available for sale. Out of those 1,588, there were 1,302 that sold. You divide those two numbers, that's an 82% absorption rate in Pasco County. Very high absorption rate. And that also equals a 1.22 months supply of inventory. Super low inventory, which equals a strong seller's market here in Tampa Bay in Pasco County, as you probably already heard if you're talking to friends out in the real estate space. Brandon Rhymes here, owner of the Platinum MVP team. I would love to talk to you if you're buying, selling, or investing. We offer a free comparable market analysis. If you want to get a value on your home, give us a call, 813-670-7372. You can call or text 813-670-7372. And make sure you check out our website, platinummvpteam.kw.com. That's platinummvpteam.kw.com. And our radio show website is consumerqb.com. You can see links there to all of our 50-plus expert contributors for the Consumer Quarterback Show.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
All right, we're back here in studio. Brandon Rhymes, Consumer Quarterback Show. A couple of hot listings from our Platinum MVP team, Keller Williams Realty, 4102 West Sevilla Street. This is a South Tampa property, corner lot, gorgeous home, right in beautiful South Tampa. The owners put a lot of owner's pride into it. Has a great flooring throughout, almost 2,500 square feet in South Tampa. And, of course, we are in a low inventory market, so we'd love to talk to you about making a purchase on that beautiful property. 4209 Preserve Place in Palm Harbor. This is a Pinellas County property, golf course community. Beautiful property here as well at 4209 Preserve Place. You got waterfront. You've got vaulted ceilings, granite in the kitchen, just a gorgeous home right here in Tampa Bay. 2-bedroom, 2-bath condo, almost 2,300 square feet. You can see all of our 30-plus listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. And every day we're going to tell you something good here in our feel-good story of the day.
Tell me something good.
All right, so we got one of our men in blue, the boys in blue, up in Somerset, Massachusetts. So it's a Christmas dinner, purchases a Christmas dinner for a family in need after responding to a shoplifting incident. 5 days before Christmas, Officer Matt Lima of the Somerset Police Department was dispatched to a local stop and shop for a reported theft. So allegedly, the two females, they were scanning some items in the checkout, the self-checkout, but they were bypassing others and bagging them. So long story short, the officer ends up talking to the parents, finds out that they are in dire straits. They don't have enough money for Christmas. They're barely being able to make food. So he ends up buying the groceries for them. He also purchased a $250 gift card so the family could buy the food right away. So what an awesome story there. I love it when our police officers step up and do the kindness, the great things that they do. The overwhelming percentage of the time is 99% of the great stuff. And unfortunately, our negative mainstream media, they'll highlight the 0.001% sometimes. So back to blue. I always say back to blue. So right here in Tampa Bay, Consumer Quarterback Show, we are welcoming in Florida State House Rep. We got Nick DiCeglie in studio. Welcome in, sir.
Thanks for having me. Good to be
my
here.
pleasure. My pleasure. Yeah, good to have you in, and we appreciate you stopping by. And so you are based out of the Pinellas County area.
Yeah, I live in Indian Rocks Beach. I represent District 66, which I've got Indian Rocks Beach, Indian Shores, all the Bel Airs, Clearwater Beach, parts of downtown Clearwater, parts of Largo, City of Seminole.
Nice, beautiful area. I love that area. We live in northern Pinellas County over on Lake Tarpon. My wife and I built our dream home on Lake Tarpon a couple years ago, so really excited about that. But Pinellas County, great place to live, work, and play. What are some of the challenges that we're seeing in Pinellas?
Yeah, look, I think COVID-19 obviously is the challenge. We're determined to keep the economy open. Obviously, we look at some of the other states in the country, California, New York. They're going back to some of these extreme lockdowns, and that's just not good for the economy. And I think here in the state of Florida, most people, obviously wearing masks in Pinellas County. They have a mask ordinance. So if you go to Publix, you go really anywhere in the public, it's required to wear a mask. I think most people are using their common sense, adhering to the CDC guidelines. And so, again, I think, the economic recovery here in 2021 is a big deal. Obviously, the rollout of the vaccines are, off to a somewhat of a rocky start, but there's some significant logistical challenges with that. So I do know the governor's office and hospital networks like Baycare, they're beginning to work together and putting together a plan so that the seniors 65 and older can get the vaccine in a much quicker period of time than we're seeing right now.
Yeah, hopefully we can stay where we have the freedoms to be able to move around, shop, and of course, wearing a mask, not that big of a deal, to take it all into account, what's happening and the effects that we've seen with the lockdowns and some of the other states and cities. Of course, depression, suicide, those numbers are up too here in the United States, of course. So you got a legislative session starting soon. What's on the docket for that?
Yeah, so our legislative session starts March 2nd. Obviously, it's 60 days. We have 5 committee weeks beginning next week. And so I think one of the big ticket items, we've got COVID-19 liability protections for businesses. Right now, currently, if say a patron to a restaurant or even an employee, if they come and get COVID, that there are no protections for business owners who have the protocols in place to protect the employees, protect the patrons. So there's a bill, I believe it's House Bill 7 on the House side, that's going to provide protections for businesses that have COVID-19 protections in place at their businesses. And so it's too easy at this moment right now to find an attorney, file a lawsuit, and really just
Right.
It's just not good for the economy. It's not good for Florida businesses. So that's going to be a priority. Myself personally, I filed House Bill 53, which is titled Public Works Projects. And basically, I don't know if you heard, there's been some talk specifically here in Hillsborough County where the county commission requires apprenticeship programs that are run by the county in order to bid on certain public projects. And this bill essentially it preempts that requirement because what's happening is that you can have a construction company, they have an apprenticeship program that they're involved in, and to go to that extra mile and have that extra requirement by local government, it's burdensome, it's more expensive, and really what it does, it kind of eliminates a lot of businesses to be able to bid on some of these projects.
Seems like it's anti-competition. It could be favoritism.
Right. It's not free market.
Exactly.
And so there are other. For example, in Southeast Florida, some of the counties have requirements. If you want to bid on a public project, they have to go through a website, pay a fee, a percentage of the overall project. Jeez. And there's one example. It's $100,000 to use a website just to bid on a project. To me, wow. And I know many of my colleagues agree that's not good for Florida's businesses and certainly at the end of the day the economy.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I'm all for that. So that's a vote yes on that one. Then HB 53, folks, look at that one, and then also, the for a business owner to open his doors, try to run his business, and a lot of times it's these small business owners that have generational. The dad started the business, the family, the daughter's running it now. To be sued because someone allegedly contracted COVID-19 while they were at your establishment. First of all, how do you prove it? How do you trace it and all that stuff? But then, that's a great bill as well.
Yeah, and I'm a small business owner myself. I'm third generation in my family business, and so, look, we've got folks, and I'll use a restaurant as an example. These folks were shut down. At no fault of their own during this pandemic. They're just now getting back up and running. They're just able to pay their bills since we've been open. And just think of the scenario where even if it's a customer who maybe they got COVID in the establishment, maybe they didn't, and they're able to file these lawsuits.
Right.
And at the end of the day, there's not insurance to protect these business owners from that. It's going to come straight out of their bottom line, and quite frankly, the bottom line, out of this pandemic is not very good. So, the legislation really protects business owners who are doing the right thing. Now, I will tell you that there are business owners that, are adhering to CDC guidelines and they're just kind of, they're free for all, and it's a dangerous situation. Those business owners are not going to be protected under this proposed legislation. And so, this is an effort that obviously is important. We want to make sure that, the good actors are protected and the bad actors don't have the protection when it comes to this legislation.
Seems like as long as they're expressing, the common sense, adhering to the basic guidelines, they will be protected. By the way, if you just joined us, we're talking with Florida State House Representative Nick DiCeglie here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, and he's representing Pinellas County, District 66. And I was going to ask you a little bit about, there's always misuse when you have PPP loans and some of the government, stuff that was passed early March, April, May in that area. Did you hear about any overwhelming, abuse of the system? Have you guys looked into that and seen some of that?
We have it at the state level. I think when it comes to PPP early on, we were getting phone calls from folks who, wanted to take advantage of that federal program. And so we kind of, obviously helped them navigate through the process. As you can imagine, navigating through any, government website or government, really the red tape is very difficult for folks. And when you put the added stress of either being unemployed or having to qualify for funds to keep your business up and running, the last thing business owners want to do is deal with, websites that are just difficult to navigate through or calling a government agency and you can't get any answers.
Yeah.
And so we did so many phone calls and emails that we helped our constituents in that manner and so we're happy to do that. That's why we're here.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, that's good to hear. What else do you see happening out there? I mean, in Hillsborough County, I know there's a big push now for increasing the impact fees, or I think it may have already been passed. What do you see happening in Pinellas County, transportation-wise and real estate-wise?
Yeah, I'm glad you brought impact fees. I ran an impact fee bill last year to, create some more transparency, to really to clarify exactly what qualifies as an impact fee. And so we got some unfinished business in that regard, so be on the lookout for some more reform there. As far as transportation in Pinellas County, really transportation in the whole Tampa Bay region has been very challenging.
Right.
Obviously, from the state standpoint, we're looking at probably about $2.5 billion shortfall in the budget from last legislative session. So, we really have to make some tough decisions going into the next session. Obviously, transportation's, many of those funds are funded by the federal government.
Mm-hmm.
So, we're going to have some tough decisions to make. But I think, at the end of the day, as you look around, there's a lot of construction going on, specifically in Pinellas County. The extension, from 19 going to 275, that's underway. Mm-hmm. So I think, we've got to tighten the reins here a little bit when it comes to the budget, and we got some hard decisions to make, but we're prepared to do that.
Yeah, it seems like, all in all, what a great place to live, work, and play. Earlier in the show, we talked about the migration patterns, folks moving from up north. And I think when you look at breaking it down, okay, where do I live in Florida? There's some smaller family communities in the middle of the state and things of that nature. But if you look at East Coast versus West Coast, I think Tampa Bay, Palm Harbor, the Bradenton's, the Sarasota, I mean, what a great place we have here.
Yeah,
I'll give you final thoughts. We've got about 15, 20 seconds.
Yeah, look, this area is it's a great place to raise a family, and it's a great place to work. We got all the major sports teams here. It's not a short drive to Orlando if you want to see an NBA, but we've just got a great community here. And I think really through this pandemic we stuck together, and I anticipate that moving forward. And I encourage folks from up north to come down to Florida and enjoy the beautiful sunshine and weather we have.
That's right. Come enjoy. Hey, it was a pleasure speaking with you. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. And we had a great show. Diane, VANCE, Fairway, Independent Mortgage, William Crowley, the credit magician as well. And follow us online at BrandonRhymes1 on Instagram and Twitter. And please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. We'll see you next time.
You've been listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Contact Brandon Rhymes at 813-670-7372. That's 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for the Consumer Quarterback Show.